Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so you know it's time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. I'm here with my partner and friend, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So, welcome, sit back, relax, because you know on Monday it's time for some just relaxing conversation. So let's just share this out with a friend. If you have an opportunity, we'd love for them to join the conversation. How you doing, Yolanda? Good to see you this morning. I think you're going to enjoy the topic. And so without further ado, we're going to get this party started. How you doing this morning, friend?
Oh, I'm good. I'm well. Good morning, everybody watching live on the replay. Thank you for dropping in and having fun with us over here on Facebook and those watching on YouTube or Periscope. We appreciate you jumping in here too. Today's topic, and today is Monday,
Hmm.
November 2nd.
Yes.
Okay, the word November is just
Makes me think about Thanksgiving.
uh November it just seems like it got here too quickly. I I'm like, where was the rest of the months or whatever? We've had other things to focus in on.
Hmm.
Hey, Jill, good morning. So today, uh, we're going to be talking about confidence
Hmm.
and trust. Confidence and trust. Confidence and trust. Um, anyway, so what do we mean by confidence and trust? How do people trust you and what you do?
Hmm. Hmm.
How did you gain their trust? How did you come to trust us? How did that trust come about? We talked about it a little bit today earlier when we were on another call. People trust you because you demonstrate some type of confidence in what you do.
Hmm.
You're confident about if you know, like a nurse, or no, let's go with this. Something happens in a restaurant, and the first person they call is a doctor or a nurse or somebody from the medical profession.
Oh, you mean like someone has an
Because
episode or something?
if someone has an episode, they call for somebody, and the person that's confident steps up. Yes, I'm a doctor. Yes, I'm a nurse. Yes,
Mhm.
I can help. The busboy don't come out the bag talking about what he can
Unless
do
he is on, what do you call it? Working his
unless he
second job.
unless he has
Some skills.
some skills that would make him confident enough to answer the call.
Mhm. Mm, I like that. Confident enough to answer the call.
And
That's good.
are we confident enough to answer the call? Because as we talked about earlier, we may have all the skills. We've taken every
Mhm.
class, we know the procedures, but if we don't have confidence enough to answer the call, it's not going to happen. And then, people don't trust it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm trusting in somebody who acts like they know what they're doing.
Okay.
So there was a negative side of that we brought out today. Bernie Madoff,
Mm.
he was confident, and people trusted him with their money.
Yes, and he had all the symbols of legitimacy. You know, that's one thing that we are. often persuaded by the symbols of legitimacy, the opulence of the lifestyle, the cut of the suit, you know, even the cut of the jab, as I used to say. In other words, even your features. And you see these things demonstrated all over. How you doing this morning, Cecilia and Jerry? You see these things demonstrated all over corporate America. You have to be a certain height. If you notice, if you go into the boardroom, most of the gentlemen in there are 6 feet or taller. There are certain symbols of legitimacy that we associate with trust, that we associate with confidence. And it persuades us to invest, like with Matt. What is this?
Madoff.
Oh. Okay.
That Madoff with the money.
Madoff, yes. Madoff with the money, right? Yeah. So, that's interesting, isn't it? That's an interesting pun. He made off, all right. Okay. So, and I think that we can often be misled by symbols of legitimacy. We need to test them to trust them.
Right. Because trust is a test over time. Mm-hmm. You test something over time. McDonald's has been tested over time. Okay, we know it is not the best food in the world for you to eat, but it's been tested over time while they're still standing. So if you see the Golden Arches and you're in a country someplace and you're hungry and you don't know the terrain and you're from the United States and you're looking for something to eat, if you see them Golden Arches, you're going to be like, oh, I can go over there and at least get something that I'm familiar with.
That I recognize and I trust. I trust the brand.
There are some people who will not go to a different brand, even though it is the same coffee in the same cup. It's not from this brand, so I don't trust it. Or you don't trust the presentation that they brought. Oh, you're going back to the symbols of legitimacy. Okay, so I'm going to use this because this is my own mental makeup. So I prefer, when I use rideshare, I use Uber over Lyft. When Uber first came out and Lyft came out, they came out about the same time. Uber came first, then Lyft. Uber had they had black car service. They had their imagery was very minimal, very simplistic, and it said to me, confident, like I'm going to feel okay with this company.
Okay.
Lyft came out. They were pink with a pink mustache. And it said to me, fraternity college fun.
Clown car. Think about it. You want to write that in a story, and the car drove up and it was pink with a mustache on the front. What would that sound like?
It sounds like I'm gonna let that car go by and get the other one because I wanted to get to my destination safely. Now, I'm not saying Lyft is not good.
No, because they have changed their model too.
Yeah, but they didn't start out that way. So they left people with an impression now, like this is for kids who, anyway, their symbols of legitimacy was not to my liking. So I was like, I'm not riding with y'all.
Okay, you weren't trusting it. Okay.
I didn't trust it because I'm in business and I need to get to my destination. Is the mustache going to get me to my destination, or the black car going to get me to my destination?
And then the other thing is, because of the business that you're in, it's important what you arrive in. Does it seriously?
You show up in the car with the mustache.
I'm talking about symbols of legitimacy, okay?
My clients would not trust me. I'm like, oh,
Do
can
you
she
understand what I'm
really
saying?
help me?
Do you see how brand and image and trust all, intersect? Uh, because pictures project an image, and those images rest in our mind. So when we are talking about business, your image is really important.
Because it's going to inspire confidence and trust, or it's not going to inspire confidence and trust.
Correct.
So, and it goes for whatever job that you're doing. So it's okay to wear overalls and boots and have mud and dirt if you're working on a farm. I expect you to be muddy, dirty, and because you're out doing that, that's what is expected of that job, right?
Yep, we'd be a little thrown off if you showed up in high heels and a business suit, talking about you're going to slop some pigs or you're going to muck out a horse stall or feed some chickens. We'd be like, really?
And we'd be looking at you a little differently, like, okay, kind of like, okay, this is the dish. Anybody remember the show Green Acres?
Oh, yes.
The diamonds, the flowing gowns, and all of that to feed the pig was not going to work.
Hmm. And that's why we considered it comedy.
I couldn't put any confidence in them being farmers. Neither did the people who were running farms in where they
In
moved
the
to.
area. Hmm.
They didn't trust that these city people knew what they were doing.
Jerry's like, Jerry says yes. they have it going on.
Because they came in and farm life is the life for me, really. And so
Hmm.
you're going to give up Wall Street, Manhattan, and that lifestyle. Now, we're not saying that you can't change
Oh
and
yeah.
flip over to doing that. I just
You
don't
just
think you bring Manhattan to the
you might need
farm.
a wardrobe change.
Right.
Okay, so you need appropriate images for the industry that you're representing because it's linked to trust.
Hmm.
People are like, I don't have to change. Okay, you don't. But what
I'm
is
not going to
that?
trust you.
What's that saying to your customers?
I don't trust it. What are some of the, and now I'm asking the people who are watching here live and on the replay, please put your answers in the chat. What things have you not trusted? Well, let's put it this way. Is there an incident that you can remember where you didn't trust something and you're just like, no, I'll pass because the imagery wasn't right?
Mm.
Anybody? Because there are times right now you can be walking down the street and we won't go into some neighborhoods because the imagery is not correct and you
Mhm.
have no confidence or trust.
Okay, let me say this. I'm riding through a neighborhood and I see a sign that says, "This street is monitored for guns and and criminal behavior by video." What does that say to me?
That I need to turn and make a U-turn and go back the other way.
That I really need to consider what how I navigate through this neighborhood.
There was Miles Monroe said, "Dress for the way you want to be addressed."
Mm-hmm. And there's another thing that says dress for the job you want. In other words, not the position you got right now. Look at how the people are dressing that had the position you want and mirror that. Um, Jerry says the
The character
character person.
of a person, right? That is because you can't put your trust in someone. Okay, I know it's wrong. People, oh, you can't judge a book by its cover, but everybody does it every day. how you dress says how you will be perceived and whether people can put confidence in you, or and then the next step after confidence comes to trust. You're not going to get the person to have trust or have confidence in you or trust you if they don't have confidence in you. People won't have confidence in you if you don't come a certain way. Would like the
Oh,
kids say, if you don't come correct.
correct. Exactly.
And it's in all, and we don't want to, oh, we're judging. No, they're judging us.
No, what you're doing is, okay, let's put it this way. You go into the grocery store and you have several choices of produce. The only way you have of judging that, unless you squeeze it or conduct some kind of test, is the image that's presented. That's why you see them in there early in the morning spraying the produce to make it look fresher, to make it look more appetizing, to keep it hydrated. So okay, because they know that we're going to come in there and we're going to do what?
We're going to look at it and we're going to go,
Hmm.
if it's all the parsley is all shriveled up, we're not buying it.
And that's why you see them pulling it out too early in the morning. They pull out the stuff that's not fresh, and don't they?
Oh, wait, the stuff that doesn't meet the
Standard.
imagery and the appeal of what they're trying to do. That's why it's called sorting. When I had to sort cherries, and I'm telling this story again, we had to pull the ones out that didn't meet with the image that the company wanted to portray. So we had to pull the cherries off the line that didn't look good. Right now, we will not eat a brown banana. I'm not saying one that has slight spots. I'm talking about full brown, dark brown, black banana. We're not eating it. And nor would you buy it if it were on the shelf or, in the bin. You're not going to buy that. Right?
Right.
I'm not. We're not buying rotten tomatoes. We're not buying rotten apples. We are very picky when we go in there and we start picking up fruit and turning it around. We're trying to see if there are spots on it. We're trying to see if it's, bruised or damaged. And Jill has a comment here. She says, "I've taken a yoga or workout class advertised for a certain level. Then the teacher pushes everyone to a more expert level, and trust is broken." Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to say bait and switch, but I don't necessarily want to call it that. But give the people what you promised.
There you go.
And then, because trust is definitely broken when you do something other than what you stated that you were going to do.
Mm-hmm. Especially in a situation like that, because people come in with certain expectations, conditions, situations, and so they chose this for a reason. They chose that level for a reason.
And then you violated the trust, or the trust got violated. And I'm sure they didn't intentionally want to do that. I was taking a class. I ride my bike, and then I said, "Oh, I'm gonna take a class off the screen,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's a 30-minute class or 20-minute whatever. I have to work my way up to this class because this is supposed to be just stretching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but they're not giving me the lower level stretch. They're giving me like I've been doing yoga for years.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I can't be in this class. And they didn't tag it as beginner.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tag it as anything. Just stretch with whoever. And I'm like, and you're trying to catch up and they're moving. And I'm like, wait, downward what? Okay. Jill says contractors who specifically advertise they oversee a job daily, then they're nowhere to be seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Jill is kind of having a trust moment.
Well, we asked for situations.
No, and that is true. That is
Mhm.
absolutely true. You say you're going to do something, or if I'm telling my client I'm putting my trust in these people, I have worked with them, and then they don't show up, don't call, don't follow up, don't don't. Now, my clients are trusting me, and now they're calling me and asking me, well, what happened? I haven't heard from the guy you told me was supposed to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Now they still trust me. They don't trust the person, but now I have to make that right.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't make it right, then they're not going to trust me to carry out whatever it is that we agreed upon.
Mm. Okay, here's the situation. You call a locksmith, they come, they look at the situation, and they try a couple of keys, and then they go to their car and come back with a crowbar.
There's a problem. It'd be like, never mind, I got this. Don't even worry about it. I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah, no, I'm good. And trust takes many forms. Some people are not going to tell you that they don't trust you. They will show you by not using you the next time.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just like, okay, I can't. You know, I've there are many a situation where the person is supposed to know something. They are confident, they're talking confidently,
Mm.
but then when you get into it, they know nothing.
Oh, that's scary.
And you're like, oh my gosh, you know nothing. And then so now you're the one having to pick up the slack or find somebody else to come in to clean up
You,
whatever they
you,
did.
you know what? I can remember. I remember when we called the cable company and we were switching out the cable box or something several years ago when we had cable. At any rate, the guy was there. He was calling the office. He couldn't figure out why the signal wasn't coming in. Da 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 da. My daughter walks through the room like 4 hours later. He's been there through lunch. I mean, I had to cancel appointments with people, and she says, "Should these batteries be?" Should these batteries be in there? I mean, she just notices that there's a box of batteries. Should these batteries be in this device? He's like, oh my God. He's calling the activation desk and the supervisor, and another guy comes. It was a hot mess. Okay. And then some novice walks through the room and says, oh, what about these batteries? They were out of there in less than 5 minutes after they put the batteries in. Okay. Did I have confidence in him?
And did you have confidence in the company afterwards?
It's like I should let my daughter hook this up. Okay.
And Jill says this is why referrals from current clients are so appreciated. A current client usually has trust in you. And that is why that client, if they refer somebody, this is why business with social media and Yelp and all of the different ones that are giving referrals
and
is
reviews
important.
Mm-hmm.
Is very, very important because somebody else is promoting you. It's not you saying, hey, I make the greatest cookies in the world. No, Millie said,
I love these cookies.
Jerry, and I got them from Jerry. You need to, if you're gonna get cookies, you need to get them from Jerry. You need to get Jill's cookies because Jill's cookies are the best.
See,
and it's somebody else saying it, because we tend not to trust when the company themselves tell us that they're the
Mm,
best.
mhm.
I'm the best. You can buy my cookies. No, no, I want somebody else to tell me that. As a company, I'm just supposed to say, "Hey, I can help you. I've taken the training and whatever. If you decide to work with me, you're going to enjoy the experience, and then let them make the choice."
And preferably the consumer, um, like cereal with kids. You know, you see a lot of commercials with kids eating cereal, or Mikey likes it.
And it's all about, if Mikey likes it, then I think we should try it because Mikey's
Exactly.
liking it. He hates everything, so we better eat this cereal because Mikey likes it.
So he's the threshold, so we can all trust it because Mikey's into it. Okay.
Right. So today we're talking about confidence and trust. Build your confidence in yourself because that shows through. You know what I mean? There are things that you do confidently, and be confident, and then build your confidence in
Mm,
areas where it's not, um, where you don't feel confident. You're going to need to build that up. And I was talking with somebody about pricing their items and their bagging. I mean, not their bags, pricing their items.
mhm, mhm.
They do a wonderful job of creating the items, but they're not, um, confident with the pricing. So that would be lesson number one. We're going to get someplace and get a class on pricing so that I know how to do this and I'm confident in it. And bringing confidence in pricing is, I think there's twofold: knowing what to price after do uh, your materials, labor, and all of that, but also having the mindset that it's okay to price at a certain level.
Mhm, mhm.
Those two things marry one another, because if you know that what you put into something, what labor went in, what the materials went in, but you still don't know, and you're still not okay, even though the pricing says it should be $400 or $500, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I can charge that.
Mhm.
That requires somebody to help you change your mind, new information, and getting the right information so that you can build the confidence to charge what you're supposed to charge. And then people trust it, because see, here's the thing: when the price is too low, people don't trust it.
They do not. They do not.
Somebody, if oh, you can get this Louis Vuitton bag for $29.95. I'm like, really? No, that's not legitimate, Louis.
Mm,
I'm not
mm.
buying it. Even though, even it doesn't matter whether or not I would buy the Louis Vuitton. It's just that I know better, that I'm not getting Louis Vuitton for $29.95. There's something wrong with that.
Something's up. Get- and Jill says, this is why referrals from current clients are so appreciated. A current client usually has trust in you. Yes, they do. Yes,
Hmm.
they do.
And Jerry, we got you. Over in the Genesis School of Business, Terry and I um, teach classes over there. We are kind of like on the team of for that school. We'll be starting November 10th. But in those classes, there's a 10-week course, 10 weeks for small business training. Those classes get you all the basics that you need. Okay, and they're biblically based, so we're going to tell you that too. But it's 10 classes, and one of those classes is how to price your products and services. So if you are interested in that, you can reach out to us. If you're an alumni of the class, you have a discounted rate. But if you want information, let us know. Now, another thing Terry and I do is tech. We do senior tech services. We saw the need. of people who need help with their technology. Now, you know, we have the Tech Playground where you learn MailChimp and you learn about texting and emailing and that type of stuff. In addition to that, we are doing some things just not just for seniors, especially for seniors who need help with their technology. A lot of people trying to get online, and we're not just talking about live stream. We're just talking about basically pick up the phone and how do I send a text message? How do I make a call? How do I do some very basic things that we every day take for granted?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, Cecilia. So we have that class available. We will work out the time with you, get you all set up, um,
To show
so
you
that
how
we,
to use your tools. Mhm.
yes, because, okay, there is no getting around the fact that you're going to need technology.
Yeah.
Hi, Robin. Uh, and I will reach out to you. Terry and I will give you a call for the 10-week business class.
Oh yeah.
So we have that. Then we have First Monday is coming up tonight at 4 o'clock. And we have a
That's gonna
gentleman,
be
Mr.
fun.
Paul Jubb. Paul Jubb is going to be talking to us about taxes. Now, he's very confident and he's very knowledgeable in taxes. It is stuff going on with this whole tax situation. I looked at the tax code. Somebody showed pages this thick of the tax code.
Now, is his name spelled Judd?
Jubb.
B J Jub
Yes,
B.
Jubb. Now, see, we have an endorsement from Robin. Robin said Paul is great. I didn't know you knew Paul. So, Paul will be with us this evening, 4 o'clock. Um, yeah, Paul Jubb, the tax guy. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, like
Uh,
Bill Nye the
so,
Science Guy.
yeah, but this guy, he's actually like that. He is so, I'm going to say, nerdy regarding taxes.
Oh, he is confident, experienced, and we can trust him.
Right.
I like it.
You are filling out papers with him. You are doing some other stuff. You know, he's not like the people with the green, little green blocks. Just saying. And you don't get a cookie cutter type thing. He really sits down and goes over with you about your stuff. And you need somebody like that. So he'll be talking to us about that. We'll have conversations with him. And that leave out anything else? Um,
Well,
oh, Tech Playground.
mm-hmm.
We'll have another Tech Playground coming up. What do you all need help with most? Robin, you've already talked to us about the 10-week course. We'll get that set up for you. We'll talk to you about that. Jerry needs pricing. Um, and Cecilia
Celia.
needs senior help. So we have that in the Tech Playground. There was somebody wanted some more information on MailChimp.
Mm-hmm.
And MailChimp has some new features like websites.
Oh,
So I will be going in there, going through that. And if you're interested in that, let me know. So we have MailChimp. Oh, Zoom. That's the one. You need help with Zoom, you need to call us.
yep. If you need someone to produce your show or host your Zoom, or that's what we do.
Right. And if you need to understand how Zoom works and what buttons you need to push
We're
on Zoom, we can do that too.
we're
That
the
is why we're here.
how do I share a screen, that kind of thing.
All
So
right. Robin, we'll make that happen for you. So we will be reaching out to you and giving you more details, getting you signed up where you need to get signed up.
mhm.
Thank you for being in on this conversation with us. Thank you for um, trusting us with your time because you could
Yes.
have been anywhere else on the planet. Jill, if you're available this evening, we might need to breathe. We might need to breathe tomorrow.
Got to breathe this week. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need Jill to help us do some breathing. And then Jill, we'd like you to come in and talk about what you got going on, whether or not you're open again, and how people can come to kind of help them relax because we're going into the holiday season, plus all the stuff that had went on prior to this season. What do we need to do to kind of be more at peace?
Can we woo-saw people? I'll be there. Thank you.
All right.
Study class. Okay.
Pre-election. Okay. So that because we really do need to know how to calm down and
we'll be here at 4:00.
Right. 4:00 this evening. Bring a friend.
Let's talk taxes.
We're going to talk taxes. And I would like to give away some door prizes, Terry. So.
Oh, okay.
So bring a friend. You might win a door prize. Just saying.
That's true. All righty, dighty.
Thank you all for tuning in. Confidence and trust. You have it. Let's do it.
All right. And remember, go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight at 4. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.